So let's move on to football. Before we start the pod, to start the football segment, a shout out Wan-Bissaka.
Shout out the whole United team. I mean, everything's coming
That's
out.
an unruly team, man.
They're just...
It's unruly. No matter how much good Rashford does, he can't even save them, man. Rashford be feeding the kids, but look what these men are doing, man.
They're tarnishing his name. I mean, United... I said, I'm waiting for a United fan to come here because I'm going to run him through the mill. It's going to be so peak because they're just going through so many different things. It's crazy. Like, I can't even keep up with the news, you know. Like, it's just every
day there's something new, man. I don't know, man. Wan-Bissaka hanging out with Martial. Look what happened, man. Unruly team. But they had a good result this weekend, so...
they did.
They did. I didn't think they played particularly well. From the
I thought Newcastle would put up a better fight, but they didn't. So disappointing.
No, I think Newcastle played well in the first half. For the first 80 minutes, the Newcastle's game plan was quite good.
To be fair, St. Max wasn't as effective as he has been, and that's why I do credit AWB as a defensive fullback. I'll say he's one of the best in the world. He does just one-on-one defending because it's hard to get past him, and that was a big factor why St. Max wasn't as effective as he usually is. And to be honest, they're playing today. I want to see what he does against Neymar and Mbappe. I won't be surprised if he has a good game against them. I won't say he's going to stop them, but if he has a good game against them, don't be surprised in it.
Obviously, the issue is, though, is with you're a team like United, obviously, you want to have an attacking intent.
Of course.
That's why they have the issue with Wan-Bissaka is that I read that he runs like he has a gun in his pocket. So Wan-Bissaka is one of those players, you just don't know. Like,
that goal was cold, though. He licked that. It was cold.
I just don't know. Like, he's not even the main problem. In probably he's one of the pluses in the team. But overall, obviously they don't even have leadership in that United team. Like, you got Maguire. I don't know what.
Well, surely Pogba's the leader, one of the leaders, right?
Pogba's not a leader. So. He's just a good player, good baller. I don't know what he's on this season. Like, I don't know if he even cares about football.
Nah, he cares. I hope he does.
You hope he does.
Well, I'm gonna assume.
What have you seen from his performances this season to suggest that he
didn't
cares?
sign the Athletic were ruining his name. They were saying he's getting outpaid by James McArthur, blah blah blah. This Crystal Palace centre mid. I was thinking, yo, this is mad. This is very mad.
He got outpaid by James McArthur.
That's what they're saying. Some common Premier League names, not even the top guys. They're saying he's getting paid by this guy. I'm thinking, yo, this is crazy. This is Pogba World Cup winner. This shouldn't be happening.
Pogba's lazy though. He got out, that Tottenham game. He was just lazy. Like, he didn't track back. He didn't care. Like, and he gave the worst tackle you will ever see. The worst tackle you ever see.
I've said it before. Pogba, for a centre midfielder, is a defensive liability. For someone with his physical capacity, the stuff he does defensively shouldn't be happening.
His application as well.
It just shouldn't be happening. I mean, people get upset when I say he's like a flair centre mid. That's what it sometimes appears to be. Just
what?
I don't get it. Like, he's supposed to.
Well, did he ever think Pogba was some box to box?
No, not a defensive stalwart, but he just don't be a liability.
When he was playing for Juve, he was playing on the left.
So yeah, I said before, when he was playing for Juve, he had Pirlo there, had Vidal, even Marquinhos had the defence. Everyone used to cater for him. That's why everyone's been saying, oh, they need a CDM for Pogba. They need this guy here. He needs to play left of midfield. So many things need to be put in place for him to play.
Why don't they have a CDM though?
Oh, Matic is old. I mean, McTominay is still doing. I don't know. Actually, to be fair, he might turn out to be a centre back. He played well for Scotland recently. Back of a front.
I'm not watching no
McTominay
games.
I mean,
I'm sorry, I'm not watching nothing that's got McTominay in it. Starring role, fam. Like your guy though.
I didn't say he's my guy.
He thrives in this PMP league. Do you know guys like
he's an athlete? Yeah, he's a big,
them
strong
athletes like Antonio and them, man. They thrive because they just.
Antonio's he's a
because when you're a hench like that, there's nothing you can do, fam. Even Adam Traore, they can't do nothing.
He's a fool.
Fam, you see Adam Traore oil up his arms, fam. Before, because Don's tugging his arms.
Yeah, so they slip
straight off.
That's smart though. I'll give it to him.
Why do you have a man doing that to you, though? You have to oil up a man before a game.
I don't know about that one, but it works. It works for a minute. But speaking of United, them and Liverpool, they're trying to push for this so-called European Premier League. So like we touched on before, first there was the big picture that's collapsed, and now I thought it'll come again in the middle term or medium to long term, but it's been the very, very, very short term. They've come back, and now it's the European Premier League. And
didn't we mention last week?
Mental.
Something about like if you were to select 20 teams, their teams that we would select.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that like Russia's involved. Some Russian teams are involved.
Yeah, Russia got peas.
And the winner's getting like $500 million.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Or the European Premier League.
Yeah, if they win the European, it's like $500 million.
You go where the money is. That's what they're doing. Like, follow the money.
There's a lot of jealousy towards the English game, because obviously English football just generates revenue through its TV and all of these things. So it's very. That's what I think the jealousy is from the foreign countries. Like, oh, why can't we have the same deal that the UK teams have?
Because the league is exciting. That's why you can't.
But that's why I said that as soon as maybe one thing that will happen is that if the English teams do join this Super League, it might affect how English fans view football.
In what way?
And the way that everyone in England loves the sub story, the authentic from grassroots growth, from low to bottom. You hate that team like Man City that just bought its wealth, or Chelsea.
Underdog story.
Yeah.
Apparently, they said they'll still run concurrently with the Premier League, but
that's so what we're gonna do? No Champions League.
But apparently this is gonna be affected to dissolve or cripple the Champions League's authority. Essentially replace the Champions League. Yeah.
Is it the problems with UEFA?
I mean,
is the revenue sharing not good with UEFA?
I mean, it just shows the corruption side of football and the money grabbing nature.
Well, if they do this, what would that say to fair play? Is fair play run by UEFA or FIFA?
I've said before, financial fair play is a hoax.
So are they trying to bypass it with this?
I mean, like I said, if they've done the big picture, I wouldn't mind it if they abolish financial fair play. But they probably won't abolish financial fair play.
As soon as you abolish financial fair play, you get these owners that apparently have a lot of money. They pump money into the club.
Yeah, it's true.
As soon as things don't go well, they take the money out and the team fails.
That there will be some casualties, of course. I mean, casualties of war. That's how it goes. However, if we were to do something like this for the big picture, that our big teams will just get further and further and further and further away, because they'll be able to generate and capture most of the revenue that they're generating. Like I touched on before, if they've done the big picture, they'll eventually, United and those teams of that nature, they'll make legislations that will allow them to, sell.
Could they have more voting rights?
No, more voting rights. Allowed to sell their TV revenues on their own platforms to the Asian markets, capitalize that. And whereas obviously lower teams don't have that same market and to tap into, they'll be at a disadvantage. And obviously the teams like United will, they have apparently 1 billion fans apparently, they'll be able to really maximise that revenue. No one else, the lesser teams don't have anywhere near that, so they'll be at a disadvantage. Do you think
the way the Premier League run is the most effective way right now compared to something like Big Picture though?
It's the Premier League currently more. I mean,
so everyone gets one vote.
I think right now it is, but obviously, because obviously there's no live gate or fans or whatever, or you're not making money from that side of things. People are panicking. They want to find ways to be more lucrative, grasp as much revenue as they can. That's why they come up with these sort of things. That's why I touched on before. In times of uncertainty, austerity, the weak get weaker, the strong get stronger, and the strong use these opportunities to capitalize on situations they really want to run, and that's what they're trying to do now. And they'll do that. I mean, even just outside of sports, you look at other things. The richer get richer, the poorer get poorer. This the sort of things that happen when there's stuff like this, stuff of this nature happening. You really take advantage and really hit the nail on the head and really force down their maybe preconceived ideas and thoughts that they had before, and they really put into action.
I'm not too enamored with the Premier League these days, but I guess the product is. What people like about the Premier League is that it's so even that anyone can win it any week. Even this Premier League this season will be another indicator of why people love it, because we don't know who's going to be top.
VVD out. Oh my God, that's
the fact that VVD is even out.
8-9 months. That's my guy.
Even if he was fit, Liverpool might not have won the league.
They probably would have, but now they definitely, unless they.
I think Liverpool will find, because Fabinho can still play centre back, and Fabinho as a centre back is clean. I've seen him play. It's clean.
He's a very good player.
And obviously they'll just adapt the way they play. They're not going to play that high line anymore.
I mean, if they play Fabinho there full time, it won't be as bad. But for Van Dijk, he's a colossal centre back. Like I said, he's been the best centre back for a while now.
They'll play Fabinho. I think
in the world for a while. Yeah. And I don't think
he's been a 2-year peak.
Yeah, he's been best centre back for a while.
For 2 years, yeah, I'll give him best centre back.
I don't think he's been relatively close. And guys will say that silly guy Ramos is not. No, he's not that guy.
Your hatred for Ramos doesn't make sense.
It's not hatred. It's a hatred.
You
have to call it like it is.
He's a serial winner, bro.
He's a winner, yes, of course.
How about Varane?
I'm not gonna just say he hasn't won. He's won. Of course, he's won.
Better than Varane?
Who, Ramos?
Ramos. No, Van Dijk.
Of course, better than Varane? He's better than Varane. But that's not up for discussion. The last 2 years, of course, he's better than Varane. What do you mean? You saw what happened to Varane, Man City. You saw?
Yeah, he played awful that game, but I've seen Van Dijk have bad games as well.
this was much rarer in the last 2 years. His course is better than Varane. It's
That
not
Aston Villa game was horrendous.
Yeah, he's had a bad
That
game.
was horrendous. That was one of the worst.
To be honest,
performances I've seen.
he was below standards. It's more like Trent and Joe Gomez. They had way poorer games.
No, you just see the tackle. Like Van Dijk just gave up on defending that one. It was just like rugby tackling dons.
Sometimes you got to put bad tackle.
Yeah, I see. Obviously,
to galvanise the fans.
But yeah, Sergio Ramos.
But he gets sent off. He has the red cards in the history of the La Liga. I think even in the history of football. And guys will tell me this is the best defender of all time. It doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you?
I don't know why you got the record.
No, you have the history of red cards.
I just know.
Listen, you have the world record of history of red cards, but yet you're the best defender of all time. Does that make sense? Does that actually make sense?
I don't say he's the best.
So I can't trust you to be on the pitch.
I didn't say he's the best.
Oh, the best defender of
this generation.
He's one
of the best winners of all that I know.
Yeah, he's won a lot. I'll give it to him.
One of the greatest winners.
You know what? When I talk about guys, will be like, oh, he's scored many goals. Is that defending?
I don't know what that is, but he's a contributing factor. Just being he's a great footballer. As a footballer, as a whole.
I think he's a better footballer than he's a defender. And I always said it. World class footballer, world class defender. I don't really know. I don't know, man.
Hey, Ramos has been around the block, man. He's just been in the dark arts. He learned from Pepe, fam.
I mean,
the real Pepe, not the one that we, not our Pepe, but the real. Ramos is there. Do you know what? Van Dijk's peak is very reminiscent of. Do you know when Boateng was the best defender in the world?
Jerome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
For a little 2-year spell.
Big imposing players.
And then he got injured, and then Boateng went off a cliff.
Oh, would he get injured? Did Messi just drop him?
I don't know what happened. Was it after Messi dropped him, or was it?
From what I remember, after Messi dropped him, he was gone.
But everyone has. It's so funny because as a defender, you should get beat. Like, there's no expectation that you won't get beat as a defender.
No, you get beat, but you know what I say is the way you lose. Like, he just dropped to the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Messi did him in, fam.
Messi
did him in.
He dropped his shoulder, tapped it right, and the guy just fell over. Like, he couldn't turn. He was turned like a truck. He just turned and fell over.
I've seen it happen to many defenders. Salzburg guy spun Van Dijk, fam, that time.
Which guy?
The Salzburg don't. Not Minamino. It's like.
No, you can get spun, but
he spun him.
Everyone gets got, but it's the way he just fell over. Like, he just fell to the ground. Like, Messi didn't even do the maddest of things. He dropped his shoulder. Obviously, Messi's so quick, but he dropped his shoulder. I think he went. I think he faked to go left.
He faked to go left, and he went right.
And the guy just fell over. He turned and fell over. Where's the balance?
Where's the jelly? It's a big lad, fam. That's why he dropped like that. What was the takeaway from the Arsenal game anyway? Seeing as you're an Arsenal supporter, or I don't know, you changed their agenda now.
I was for Arsenal. What, you jumped ship?
No, I've got my Arsenal shirt on today. So.
I don't put money into that club, don't I? See them using the money. But actually, to be fair, apparently,
put money into the club.
To be fair, apparently, Karenke, you pumped money to push the party deal off the line. Finally, apparently,
he pumped money for Partey.
Apparently.
Why can't he pump it for a Cam?
I don't know. Apparently,
have you seen Arsenal? Arsenal are like what 19th in the league in chance creation. Have you even seen that? When was the last time you saw Oba take a shot?
What happened to Oba since he got his contract? He's
man.
coming up my fantasy team. The guy's been a joke, man.
Yeah. I saw your fantasy team this week.
Oh man, I had an awful week. 37 points. I was terrible.
Yeah,
because the boy, I put obviously boy injured. I put him on the bench. I put Jack Grealish.
Why
nothing.
Did you keep the boy? Just sell him and then buy him back.
I'm probably gonna sell him, to be honest. But Jack Grealish, he's done nothing. Aubameyang done nothing. To be fair, Calvert and Ings, they done their job. Trent did nothing. I think Robertson, he got an assist.
Yeah.
What's his name? The keeper from Southampton.
McCarthy
did nothing. Who else is there in that team? St. Maximan done nothing. And I can't remember the rest. Kyle Walker-Peters done nothing. There's someone else I'm missing as well.
The obvious swap was...
Rodriguez didn't do too much. Got an assist.
The obvious switch was Sterling for KDB.
It's going to be Sterling for KDB or Salah or Mane, someone.
Yeah, because they all produce. I think on a game win like this, game face.
Well, if KDB's gone for 2 weeks, I'll definitely take him out. Because I'll take him out regardless anyways.
Yeah, disappointing from you. You know, Sterling against West Ham, he bags. So
Sterling, he's bags against Arsenal as well. I mean, but the Arsenal game, I mean, we had chances. I mean, I thought
Saka should have scored.
Saka, he played really well, to be fair.
And Aubameyang should have taken his chance. He was onside. It was offside though. It was said he was offside, but if they had gone to VAR, it would have been onside.
But I don't know what Aubameyang was doing that game, because obviously he wants to put on the left a bit more. But the lineup they did, I think they maybe wanted Willian to do a false nine to help the midfield battle, which would make sense.
But he didn't help. He didn't even drop back.
He dropped back a bit, but maybe didn't do as much as he should have. But Aubameyang, your calling card is essentially pace and the break. And you're up against Walker, who these days is probably as fast as you. But you're still sticking there. You're not really getting any change at Walker. but you don't really want to, rotate and move out of that position. He went into the middle for like 5 minutes and we created so many chances, and he was involved at the 1-2 down with Saka.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't do that more. Maybe he was under strict instructions by Arteta to do that, but
I think Arteta is very structured in the way he attacks. He's all formulaic with him. That's one thing I'm not really too enamored with Arteta right now. Okay, we've done a lot of work making the defensive structure, like, we're not easy to beat, but offensively, like, we're nothing. Like, we don't create anything. There's no like spark of ingenuity in the whole team. The only guy that's probably got any spark of ingenuity is Pepe, but he doesn't even know what he's going to do.
He's Bambi
next.
on ice, bro.
He doesn't even know what he's going to do next.
That Pepe.
You see, he had a headed chance where he headed it wider than, I don't know what he was doing. Headed, bruv.
Also,
His free kick was awful as well.
it wasn't that bad. Bellerin, sub him up from Ainsley Maitland-Niles, because that guy, I don't know how he's getting spun so many times.
Do you know he self-spun himself because he ran past the ball? He didn't even put pressure on Foden. He made Foden's decision so easy.
He just dived in.
He didn't even. He ran past Foden. But this is one thing I was even discussing. Like, he ran past Foden, making Foden's decision easier. Okay, Foden might be left-footed. You still don't want to give him a clean shot on target, regardless of what foot he is. He's a professional football player.
I mean,
and obviously Sterling cleaned up the mess.
that's what he does, Sterling. He's always there for the rebounds. It's great movement, to be fair. You always got to be there for the rebounds, capitalise. That's why I credit Muller so much, and I credit Sterling for that. That's why people used to discredit him, always scoring these tap-ins, blah, blah, blah. You got to be there. Johnny on the spot, as they say.
Johnny on the spot, yeah, whatever, man. He's a flipping loser.
But anyways, enough of Arsenal and Man City. What about, obviously still talk about Everton, Liverpool, obviously Pickford's horrendous tackle, Van Dijk. This will be like the first games he's going to miss in like 2 years Premier League-wise. He's played 38 games last season and 38 games the season before.
But when
Model of consistency. The real catalyst for Liverpool's
I don't take 2 years of your contract, 2 years of your career as the trend, because before he joined Liverpool, at Southampton, he was very injury prone. I think before he joined, he was on a spell where he hadn't played for a while. Maybe that was to do with him joining, because there was potential that he was going to join Man City or Liverpool at that time. So maybe Southampton were keeping him out just so that the deal could go through. But Van Dijk's hit a purple patch, and he was perfect for the 2 years. And now this Liverpool look like they're back to the pack. Like, obviously, I was super impressed with Thiago. His performance in that game was amazing. His passing range, his ability to make things happen.
He's the second best centre midfielder in the world.
I was really impressed with Thiago in that game.
Brain.
But obviously, defensively, I think Everton could get at them. Calvert-Lewin scored on an excellent header. Like,
his leaping ability is crazy.
It's like CR7.
Yeah, CR7-esque. I mean, if he pulls onto a fullback, it's curtain. So unless your fullback is like a Ivanovic back in the day, which you don't really have these days, it's curtains.
And obviously the delivery, when you got Digne and Rodriguez, them man can give you a good ball. So you're gonna get chances. You're gonna get 2 or 3 crosses a game, which are gonna be pinpoint perfect opportunities to score. I think I'm impressed with Everton's squad. It's good. They got options over the bench. Like, Iwobi came on, he did alright. I wasn't that disappointed in him. He's in his role.
He's a role player, nice little role player.
He's a role player. Sigurdsson's a role player as well. Bring him on when you need him.
Yeah.
And obviously Sigurdsson can provide from a set piece as well.
Got quality.
So
Andre Gomez. I've always said that midfield.
I don't think Andre Gomez had a good game.
You may not have a good game, but Andre Gomez, Alan, Decore, Rodriguez, that midfield is very, very good. And also have Sigurdsson on the bench. Iwobi can come and do something-ish, It's very, very good. Walcott to Southampton. He didn't score the equaliser against Chelsea.
I don't know if it was a score.
Well, assist, he got assist, yeah.
He got the assist.
We'll touch on that later. I mean, I've been impressed with Everton. It's so undefeated. Don Carlo, what a guy. I mean, Calvert-Lewin's, he's doing his thing. He's the first guy since 1930, since Tom Lawton, to score 4 goals in a row or 5 goals in a row since the season started.
I think he's in an exclusive group. It's like Vardy, Rooney, him, Reyes, there's something else, to score in the first 5 games of the season. Yeah,
I mean, that could be what the stat too. I mean, they held their own. I mean, usually when they played Liverpool, they somehow just find a way to lose. They more than held their own. Obviously, Pickford.
They need to learn how to beat Liverpool, because I think they haven't beaten them since 2011. That's a long time.
That will come, but but I would say, like I said before, that keeper Pickford is going to cost them. It's going to cost them in England. England need to make sure they stay sick with
That's why Everton got that keeper.
Nick Pope. Who did he get in the end?
Robin Olsen.
Yeah, give him a start because this Pickford guy.
Obviously.
They're
Let's talk. I want to say something about England. Is like Southgate. His time is numbered, and he's going to take this generation into the ground. He's going to take this generation into the ground. Man, play 3 right backs. He played 3 right backs in an international game.
On the pitch at the same time, yeah. Walker,
Yeah.
Trent.
Trippier.
Oh, Trippier. Why didn't you give Saka a start, man? You're playing flipping Denmark. Give him a start, man.
And obviously the discipline in the squad, they don't respect him.
There's no discipline. This man, well, AW might go to Congo. I think.
Yeah, he's playing for Congo now.
I mean, but even the discipline in the England squad is crazy.
My man don't care about them at all, man.
It's true.
They just don't respect Southgate.
Before we move on to the Liverpool topic, it was a question I was supposed to ask about Van Dijk. Now Van Dijk's obviously gone. Who's the best centre back in the world right now? Is it fit for Ramos to reclaim his?
Let me start from the Premier League. The best centre back in the Premier League, I would say, I like Laporte.
He's always injured now.
Yeah, he's very injured. He's very injury prone. Ruben Diaz is very good.
Yeah, he's got a hefty price tag though. But
He's very good.
He's looking good.
He's very good.
You know, this guy's not the best centre back in the league, but I do like him, and I think he's going to prove to be a very good sign. I think Nathan Ake is going to be a very good sign for City.
I think Gabriel for Arsenal's been good this season as well.
I've
been very impressed. He's very mobile, and what it does, enabling signing people like Gabriel changes the way you play. It allows you to play the high line.
You need mobile centre backs.
You need mobile centre
When
backs.
people play high lines with slow centre backs, I just laugh at you. I mean, it's just asking for it. Like Liverpool's defence, they're all quick. Even though they may not be running back as much in the last 6 months, but they're all quick.
I like Fofana. I like Mings and Konsa. They've been a very certy centre back pairing.
Maybe the return of the black centre backs, eh?
Very certy centre back pairing. Tarkowski's always reliable. It's
He's
the
good.
best centre back in the lower league of lower side of the league.
England should put more respect in his name. He's good, man. So who's the best in the Premier of the world now? Van Dijk's obviously on
Best centre back in
silence.
the world right now
Sitting down. Van Dijk.
might be. I like Varane. I've always liked Varane as a centre back. I think because of his mobility.
Oh, I know who I'm going to say.
I like his mobility and his ability to do. But people like Nicholas Sewell. Sewell's very good.
I've seen he's a bit shaky at times, but he's good as well.
They think Nicholas Sewell's very good, and then they got Sergio
Sule.
Ramos.
I'm going to go with Marquinhos.
Marquinhos doesn't play centre back though.
He does. He fits him
He
centre back.
doesn't play centre back, so
I'm
I can't put him there.
I'm going to go with Marquinhos for me.
You might like him. He doesn't play
He
centre
plays
back.
centre back Brazil. He swaps between Brazil, centre back and CDM for PSG. I'm going to go with Marquinhos. Oh, if he came to the Premier League, I want him to
Just play CDM, man.
put on a bit of weight
Can't
though.
put a CDM as a.
He plays
the best
both. I mean, I like Marquinhos. I think he's the best right now. He even played well against Bayern. He's probably one of the few guys that played well against Bayern in the final. I'll go with Marquinhos. I mean,
Okay, Marquinhos. So that's your guy. I know you like Brazilians, but I think that's very biased from you to put Marquinhos
if you watch
above
him,
Varane.
what did Varane do against Man City?
That's one game.
It's the pivotal game of their
Well,
season.
Marquinhos doesn't even play centre back.
Well, he does. He plays a bit of both. Varane, you know, Varane. That game was shocking. But then again, he did have a good World Cup, to be fair. But Varane's up there. I won't discredit you for saying Varane, but I'm going with Marquinhos. What a guy.
Okay.
Obviously, so we touched on the United game. Oh, Spurs. They Spursed it up. What happened there?
That was the best game I've watched. Lanzini, that banger. Fam, that's what they make the movies of. Do you know that movie Go? Yeah. Lanzini looks like the guy. Fam. He looks like the guy still. He banged that shot though. Even he was shocked, fam. He was shocked that he banged it.
Tony, when Lanzini first came, he was actually very good, but then he I'm not sure he got injured, so he kind of tailed off.
Hey fam, against Spurs you can find your ability. Anyone can find their ability against Spurs.
Nah, he done his thing. Like, for real, he done his thing. I mean, Spurs were 3-0 up with 9 minutes to go.
Got to blame Bell, fam. That miss.
He slipped.
That miss was bad. To be fair, Yarmolenko actually fouled him. If you see what Yarmolenko actually, his intention was to just push him.
Yeah, if you do it smartly enough.
Yeah, but
large.
he actually just kind of like pushed him. But it is what it is. At the end, that was it. When Bell missed that chance, I believe that West Ham could win.
Was it 3-2 at that time?
Yeah. Did you see that header and phone I was missed?
Oh
It was an open goal.
So that did come out him quickly. To be fair,
that's a bad miss.
It's not. I won't say as bad as it could have been, but because when that ball comes at you quickly like that, it's like an instinctive reaction and it can be difficult to control it with your head. But what happened? They were 3-0 up with less than 10 minutes to go and they fell apart. What happened?
So
Talk me through that.
Let's talk about the set pieces coming in from the left. I don't know. Spurs obviously have a problem against them. Calvert-Lewin scored. from the set piece on the left at home. I'm trying to think of the other ways they've conceded this season. I don't know how they conceded. I didn't even watch the Southampton game, so I don't know what happened in that game. Newcastle penalty. I don't know. The delivery came in from the left, I believe, and then Dyer was a dubious pen.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it was a dubious. But first of all, the ball comes in. A great header by Balbina. No one picking him up. That's it. 3-1. Okay, that's an acceptable result. Like, okay, cool. Take that to the back. But then the own goal by Sanchez. I don't know what he was thinking because I don't think any West Ham player is available to get the ball after that.
Sanchez.
And the header is so good. The header is so good.
Put it right into the bottom bins.
And then Lanzini's goal.
Who's gave the foul? Was it Uri that gave the foul?
For Lanzini's goal, it was a corner.
No, it's not a free kick.
I don't know who gave the foul away. I can't even blame him away because he's been good this season going forward. He's been very good.
What did Mourinho say about him in the Spurs podcast?
I said he's scared of him.
So I need to finish watching that.
He said, I'm so scared of you. I don't know why you play a man that you're scared of then over Doherty. That Aurier is still starting over Doherty. That tells me already that Doherty was a waste. Why did he sign him?
Doherty.
I don't know why he's signed.
Dorothy.
Dorothy.
Yeah,
oh yeah, he's Irish.
Ireland. Spurs.
They're both better than Bellingham.
Yeah, they are. It's not too hard, man. I mean, Spurs, they always find a way to lose. I mean, I've said Jose's been done for a while. So I can't put that result on him because he's the way he changed up their offensive makeup by dropping Kane into the whole kind of play like a false nine, like a number 10ish role. Checo Tisa from Football Manager, if you guys play Football Manager. And the passes he was playing to Son and guys like that, he was doing a mad thing.
I think they're on a good wavelength, as in.
And if Bell still wants to, doesn't look like he wants to run as much as he used to, but if he wants to run at least.
See how tired he was.
Let's say if he wants to run at least 78% of the time, them guys are gonna be.
I think
force.
Son and Kane are in their footballing prime. You know,
Peaks.
their 20s. 27, 28, yeah. They're in that footballing prime. This is the best football years of your life.
Wait. I can't get over this. What do you say about Kane?
He's done.
You say Kane's done?
Kane's done as a footballing force, fam.
Okay.
Kane after Christmas.
But you said he's just in his prime just now.
Yeah, they're in their footballing prime.
Individual,
they're
very flawed.
They're in their footballing prime. Doesn't mean that they're not. Kane is done, though. He's just too injury prone. It doesn't matter. Like, we're going to get these moments of... But overall, he's done.
The guys are telling me Kane was done.
Yeah, but do you rely on Kane for the whole season? Are you going to rely on him for the whole season?
He's last season.
I'm just asking you a question. For 38 games.
Let me finish. Last season, he's proven to be injury prone. But if you give me 28 to 30 games, I'll take it. I really would.
Okay, that's good. You take that availability. Availability is one of the best abilities.
Another dinner, but he plays 28 to 30 games this season.
I'm not taking that one because I don't know how this football.
Yeah, but you said he's done. He's done.
He's done. I know he's gonna get injured after Christmas. I can guarantee that.
I'll give you this caveat: if their season takes another postponement because of weather, we're on that, then obviously the bet's off. But if the season runs normally,
you should take that bet if COVID comes because that's what saved him this season. Because he was not gonna play. He was definitely not gonna play
28 to 30 games.
Because the last 9 games
over under 29 games. You'll see
over under 30.
Over under 30. Yeah, you owe me 2 dinners. Let's go.
Calm.
Over under
30 games. If he bangs 30 Premier League games, yeah.
If he bangs 30, I win. If he bangs less than 30, it's dead.
Calm. I know he's getting injured, so I'm comfy.
Kane, you better.
Kane's gonna get injured this season.
Kane, you better do me.
Man's already suffering from muscle fatigue.
That's what they said, so he can rest.
Yeah. Kane's an interesting guy. When he tears the hamstring off his leg again.
Yeah. But anyways,
let's talk about boxing, man.
No, boxing. Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about boxing now?
We'll talk about it after this quickly. How much time we got left?
Kepa lost his confidence. I don't know where he left his confidence.
Kepa.
He lost his confidence. So I don't know. Hey, how long left? How much time we done?
46 minutes.
Okay, calm. Anyway, Kepa, he lost all his confidence. Still, I don't know what's happened to him.
His confidence been lost for a while. Even his confidence was bad before the break. You thought the Rona break or the lockdown would have given time to reflect and come back and find his optimum performance, whatever you want to call it, and he's just gone down the drain again.
He doesn't want to be. I don't know if he wants to be there or what's happened to him. Because Kepa was good in his first season.
Was he? I can't remember. It seems so long ago.
He nearly sent Saudi down the tunnel, fam. He was reasonable in his first season.
The mistakes he's just making are just criminal. They're just criminal mistakes. As a goalkeeper, you can't. Like, what was he doing for that goal? This like came out. Did you see
I think he came out and he missed. I think he thought he was gonna foul him. Then he kind of like withdrew.
He's just all over the place, and
he's not got any courage in his conviction.
And Chelsea are conceding hella goals. There's hella goals.
Chelsea concede goals.
And because Kepa's obviously not bringing that form of comfortability and assurance to the team, it's making all the other players overcompensate. And when they overcompensate, that's how Christensen done that mad foul against Mane when they played Liverpool a few weeks back.
Oh, Bruno missed the pen.
Yeah.
Low. We're forming this. Wow, Man United and he missed it. He come off pens, Bruno, man. That's it. Come on. That's 2 in a row.
No.
It's 2 in a row.
See, I've BT on my phone that's recorded. I've been watching it.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row. So that's just some latest news that you might have heard while we're in the podcast.
Bruno again, 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Give it Rashford. Let him pad his stats. What?
They're taking it again?
It's another penalty.
To Man United.
Yeah, VAR.
Oh my days.
Who gave it the pen? Don't tell me it's Marquinhos.
No, 1 second.
Because who's that?
Listen, this part right here you're talking, listen, yeah?
Another
I was
pen.
gonna say Marquinhos. I was going to say this, yeah? Koulibaly and De Ligt. You didn't mention those
I-
two centre-backs.
I think the lit.
He had a blip. He had a
World
blip.
class.
He had a blip when he first came to Juventus. Koulibaly, when I see him playing the Champions, this guy he doesn't look as good as everyone makes up. But
What do you mean? He shut down Liverpool himself.
which game was that?
Let's
In the group stages last season.
Is he
now
off the
he's against
line?
Liverpool.
Is he off the
Oh,
line?
just retaking a penalty.
They're retaking the penalty now.
Who's the goalkeeper for PSG today? That's not.
Kylian Navas.
It's Bruno again.
Oh my days.
So we'll edit this out, to be fair.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, Neymar and Mbappe.
I scored.
1-0.
Alright, let's continue.
Okay, yeah. That was just what. Yeah, that's a little bit out. What were we gonna say?
Boxing.
What? Did we finish what we just said?
Oh, Chelsea Kepa.
Oh, the thing with Kepa is he just lost his confidence. The thing is he's the same as another Spanish keeper that lost his confidence as well.
DDG.
Absolutely lost his confidence. I don't know what happened to DDG. Was it that he wanted to go to Madrid?
Maybe he just want to be there. But he signed a new contract. I don't know, man.
So what's Kepa's excuse? Because Kepa wants to be there.
Maybe he's just not good enough, man. Who knows? I swear. It's not good enough, G. I mean, just sometimes it'd be like that. Just not good enough.
He was good, man. They paid 80p for 80 mil.
They got swindled. Like we got swindled for Pepe, 72 mil. We got swindled.
Just put that money.
Sometimes you get run amok, led astray, bamboozled, hoodwinked.
They should have taken Pepe's money and put it on Zaha. That's a mistake.
Yeah, we could have got Zaha and someone else. With Zaha for a young 30 mil at the time, probably.
No, it was definitely not.
Actually, no, it's 50, innit?
50.